Kuro Kweme, Mawufenu Betole. Greetings to all Africans. Greetings for your afternoon in the Ajah language. We are His Imperial Majesty, Axosu Agelogbagan, Agbovi the First. See me looking around. I'm having trouble finding places that wasn't too bright for this video. But it's cars coming by. But we want to thank all the beautiful, beautiful Africans, especially my friends from Mobile, Alabama, who sent the many heartfelt and warm birthday greetings last week. Hence why we're making this video. It's about that, but it's also to further the effort of nation building. So, on our calendar, I was born on Jijido, the month of Jidido, sorry, mispronunciation, on the 16th day in the year 6211. On the Gregorian calendar, you will see January 28th, right? We have our own calendar though. So it's not like a correspondence. Our months don't even start when their months start. It's a whole different system. But for people that don't know we have an African calendar, don't know about African calendars, whatever, for the lack of people in African tradition teaching it or knowing it, well, now you know we have our own calendar and our own reference points. The sign I was born under from our time, our worldview, in our time, is the sign or the Togodo. All of this is coming from the Ajah culture. The Ajah culture is found in Benin, Togo, Ghana, extreme southwest Nigeria. Did we say Togo? Yeah, Benin, yes. So those areas. And of course that culture came over to the Americas due to the so-called slave trade. We are descendants of those people. We carry Vodun in our blood. So Vodun is the system of spiritual enlightenment that we follow from the Ajah perspective. Anyway, so when people talk about signs, I'm not an Aquarius, I'm not a Cancer, not a Capricorn, not Leo, none of that. I leave that for Europeans, and for those that don't know any better. For those that want to know better, and I'm talking about Africans that don't know any better, they want to know, then our contact information is right there, info@gunlodo.com. Now that's one aspect of a sign for African people. Born on a particular day. I was born on the day of Axosu, which is the day of the clan. Jidido, the month, that's the month of longevity, right? Good to have, right? Axosu again, the day of the clan. That card corresponds to the European Thursday. Know for a fact that West African cultures have had, they've had a 7-day week way before the coming of Europeans, way before they come. So we don't have a 7-day week version of their 7-day week, you see. So we want to make that clear. Europeans even mention that when they say when they came, especially amongst the Khan people, they found a chief named Kofi. Kofi is one in that particular culture born on what they call a Friday, what the Europeans call a Friday, but it has nothing to do with Friday. It's just that our day falls on a day that they call Friday, Thursday, Monday, whatever. So Agelogbagan is a goddess, by the way, a very powerful goddess, very well-revered goddess in the Ajah culture, associated with rains, certain natural phenomenon with rain and wind, associated with Hevioso, which is very similar to, you may have heard of Shango if you haven't heard of Hevioso, the thunder deity. She's associated with rivers. So, but she has an aspect in relation to Togodo, whereas that's why she's one of the signs. Jidido is the 11th month of our calendar. January 28th, that's the first month of their calendar because they worship Janus, the two-headed god. It really breaks down the nature of European. It's there's nothing wrong with having a two-headed god, but in their case, it speaks of their double nature. And what a way to start off a year for them, right? By that double nature, the two-headed god, right? And all of these New Year's resolutions. Sorry, I always think revolutionary. That they make on January the 1st and break January the 5th. That's fitting for them. They should keep that for them. Again, we have our own. It has nothing to do with theirs. So I'm born in the 11th month of our calendar, the year 5211. So now, one's true sign is one's Polifa or Odu Ifa, or as we just said for short in the Yoruba language, Odu. Polifa is K-P-O-L-I, Fa, F-A. That is referencing one where all of the 256 sacred chapters that the Bokono or the five priests, male and female, consult to get the wisdom of the universe. Not just the priests. When you're immersed in the culture, you don't have to be a priest to know about the Polifa. But that takes time to learn. But these are signs, 256 signs, right? In the Yoruba language, the Polifa that I'm born under is called Ogundabede. It's a combination of the ninth of the 16 major. So it's 16 major. So the ninth and the first Odu, which is Ogbe. The ninth is Ogunda. Ogbe is the second. But his true nickname, his true name, they call him aliases, but the true name is Ogundabede. And it means one who makes one cut with a clean sword, one clean cut with a sword, meaning Ogundabede doesn't miss. It's a wrap. It's no tussling with Ogundabede. It's like, that's it. The sniper, bam, over with. In the Aja language, the culture where Vodun comes from, it is called Gouda Fliwokbe. Once again, Aja, many of them taken into captivity. That's where you get Haitian so-called voodoo from. Haitian Vodun, though. It really shouldn't be called that. And of course, many of them were taken to New Orleans, and that got corrupted into the New Orleans voodoo thing. So, that is my true sign. Now, we won't get into what all Ogundabede means and break down the teachings, but we did want from the Odu or the Polifa, but we did want to let people know, look, you don't have to be dependent on the European calendar. We are Africans. Chinese people, even Chinese Christians, they consult the Chinese zodiac. Indians, same thing. And we talking about Indians from India. When we say India, we talking about real Indians, not the ones they put that label on over here. Everybody, most people consult their own culture, which means they consult their own so-called zodiac. The word for zodiac in the Aja language is Togodo. So, for those wanting to know, once again, our contact information is in the description. So we believe that's about it. Once again, Adupwe, meaning we thank you for the many well wishes on our Earth Day. But know that our center of time, our worldview, in truth, is not only different from the European worldview, but diametrically opposed at constant, perpetual odds, right? The European zodiac, even their scholars now, where they've been saying it for a while, that zodiac is off. People that they call an Aquarius should be called, what's that next one? Cancer, and all that type of stuff, So, as usual, and we are His Imperial Majesty Axosu Agelogbagan, Agbovi the First, the Ganlodo Hosu, Kilambo Hosu. We are the founder of the Ganlodo Maroon Monarchy here in the United Snakes of America. As usual, we break it down for those that are new. There are two words in the Yoruba language that we use, we often use to say goodbye, right? But it's different types of goodbye that you can say in African languages. The words we use are Odabo and Odigba. Odabo is, it loosely means goodbye until the return, right? The connotation is you may not see that person anymore. Also, it can connote that you don't want to see them and you could care less what happens to them, right? And the other one is Odigba. Goodbye into the next period. Next period, that implies, okay, I'm going to see this person again. I do want to see them again. And they're welcome to be, in my presence and vice versa. So, we use Odabo towards the enemies of African progress and Odigba towards our friends. So, to our friends who have tuned in, that have, keep sending subscribers, supporting the work of Ganloro and my personal work as an author and as Axosu or king, we say to you, Odigba. To the enemies of African progress, to the house Negroes and Negresses that constantly, to the best of your ability, try to undermine African people and chase behind the cracker until you can't chase no more. We say to you, Odabo, Jack.